Hello dear students, welcome back to YouTube class. So in the previous class we started to study relating to your output devices. We had seen the meaning of output devices, the different output devices we started to study, that is your monitors, and we had completely seen your monitors. And then we started to study relating to your pointers, where the classification we had seen, and impact printers we started to study. In that impact printer, only the meaning of impact printer and the characteristics of impact printer we had seen. So in few minutes I'll just do a revision of the previous sessions and we'll begin with the next point from the next slides. So the output devices are nothing but used to display the processed information or your output to your outside world. So when the data and the instructions are fed into a computer system and those has been processed, the next term comes is that desired output has to be displayed. So to display on your monitor screen or to print on your computer, we use these output devices. Done? So the output can be of two type. One is the soft copy output and another one is your hard copy output. The data which is displayed on your monitor screen is your soft copy data, you can say it, and the data which produced on your computer is called as your hard copy of the data. So just you have to remember is the devices which are used to display your output are called as your output devices. As the data is taken from your input devices, similarly the processed information is displayed through your output devices. Done? In your output devices, the data which is there in your human understandable format, that will be converted into machine understandable format. But when the data has to be again come back to your output device, that will be there in your machine understand, that should be reconverted into your human understandable format. These are the theory part you have to remember relating to your output devices. So the first output device we studied is your monitor. The monitor is most commonly used output device. The monitor is most commonly used output device. So when you want to display any content on your monitor screen, then we use this monitor as a output devices. So these all are the different monitors based on the purpose for what we are using, where you are using. On that base, the structure of the monitors changes. So here your monitor is most commonly used output device. When all you want to display your output or the result, that time we use these monitors. Your monitors are sometimes called as display screen and the video. Right? And these are monitors are connected to your computer same exactly how you connect your televisions. In that we can use it. Fine. So the monitors can be display any type of the photo, images. We can also display the text content. We can also display the other content like numbers and all. Fine. The monitors are based on the colored. Okay. Based on the color, we divide them into two. One is monochrome, another one is multicolor. Monochrome means here the content is displayed only in one color like black and white and all. Multicolor, nowadays what all the monitors we can see, those all. Fine. So based on which technology we use in the monitors, like that we divide it into four types. The first one is CRT, next LCD, TFT and LED. So here CRT stands for cathode ray tube, LCD stands for liquid crystal display, TFT stands for thin film transistor and LED stands for your light emitting diode. So this is your CRT, this is your TFT, this is your LED and LCD. Fine. The next we have is printer. Your monitor is used when all you want to display the content in a soft copy data. And your printers are used when all you want to display your content in the hard copy of the data. That you have to remember. Then, so the printers are the output devices which prints the text or the images on your paper. It is used to print the data of your hard copy data. Then, so what kind of the printers you are using based on the speed and the printing quality, we divide it into two types. One is impact printer and another one is non-impact printer. So we'll see the classification. The classification is this way. This is the printer has been divided into two types like impact and non-impact. The further again impact printer is divided into line printer and the dot matrix printer, and your non-impact printer is divided like thermal, laser and inkjet. Fine. So we had covered the meaning of printer Impact printer meaning the features of impact printer. Till here we had seen. Okay, so one more time I'll just give you a glance on your features and the impact printer, then we'll study in detail the other points like line printer, dot matrix printer, and your non-impact printer and all. Then so we have is impact printer. What happens here in your impact printer, as I told you that these impact printers are like your typewriters. The keys which you type there, it is connected to a striking device, so it will come out and strike on a page to which it is connected to your ribbon, ink ribbon. Then so here in your impact printer, one characters are printed at a time, and here the metal pins will be there on which your characters are engraved, means fixed. Just you have to press those metal pins and the devices, the striking device will come out and start striking on the ink ribbon, and that will be again imparted, that shape will be again displayed on your paper page. And here in impact printers we can use only one colored printing quality. If you want black, you can use a black color. If you want blue, you can use a blue color. So which color you want, that color ink ribbon you have to use it. Multicolor is not possible. So some of the features if you want to remember relating to impact printer is, here there is a physical direct contact with your paper and the image which we are using. Done. So due to the robust and the low cost, most of people use these impact printers for the bulk printing, means the more quantity of the printing, when all it is there, where all it is there, in those all the fields we use this impact printer. The impact printers are ideal for multiple printing, as I told you. Here the multiple layer papers we use. We will not use the paper one single separate cutted papers like what we use in today's A4 size paper and legal size paper. That's size only it will be there, and it will be separately one paper, two paper, like that. So how many copies you want, those many counted papers you have to put on the printers. But here in your impact printer, a set of a layered papers will be there. So how much you want to take the copies, you just start it and give the instructions to your computer. Automatically it will start taking. If that rim overs, then only you have to again put one more rim. So those papers content are more than 100, 500, 1000, like that rim will be there. So which rim you want, you can go on using. Due to its striking activity, the impact printers are very noisy. So what happens here is, at the time of printing, it creates a lot of noise. Done. So that mechanism is there in your impact printer. So the speed of your impact printer is calculated in based on the characters per second. In a single second, how many characters you can able to print. Your printer is able to give the printout. Based on that, the capacity is calculated. That is your impact printer. Next, we'll start to study relating to your line printer. The line printers are high speed printers capable of printing an entire line at a time. So if you hear the word line printer, it itself tell you that one time entire line will be printed. At one time, ನೀವು ಯಾವಾಗ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಚಾಲೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗ ಒನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಲೈನ್, ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್ ಲೈನ್ ವೈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್. ಡನ್. ಸೊ ದ ಲೈನ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಅಪ್ ಟಿಲ್ 150 lines to 3000 lines per minute in a single minute, based on the capacity, what technology you are using in that line printer, or which company's line printer you are using. Based on that, it varies. In a single minute, from 150 to 3000 lines it can able to print it. So the limitation of your line printer, limitation means disadvantages of your line printers are, they can print only one font. One font means in your computer there are different styles of the text you can write. ನೀವೇನು ಬರೀತಿರಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್. ಈಗೇನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡತ್ತೇವೆ ಅವ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಏನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟು ತೊಗೋಬೋದು. ಬಟ್ ಇನ್ ಯುವರ್ ಲೈನ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏಬಲ್ ಟು print of different style. We can only print only of one font size and font style. ಫಾಂಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಒಂದೇ ಸೈಜ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದೇ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ದೊಳಗೆ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ದೇ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ಸ್, ಚಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್, ಗ್ರಾಫ್ಸ್, ಇಮೇಜಸ್ ಇದೇನು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. Then that is the disadvantage of your line printer. The print quality is very low and they are noisy to operate. It will create the harsh noise and the quality is also low. It can print large volume of text data very fast compared to the other printers. As I told you that here the pages are continuously taken without any break. The continuous paper fall is there, and if the quantities are more, if you want to take the large volume of the text data to be printed, then it gives you the faster speed if you compare with the other printers. It is also used to print a multiple part stationaries to prepare the copies of the document. So what we do is here we use the multiple copies to be used in your line printer. So I'll show you the diagram of line printer. See, this is. So here the papers will be there. This paper size is very big. Here a rim is given and continuously it starts taking the paper one after the other. That is your line printer. One line at a time continuously be printed. Fine. This is actually a modern line printer, but the older one was like here it was there, and the front here the rack was there, and a bunch of more than 1,000 and all the papers you can keep, and it will take like this in insertion and it will create the noise here. Fine. It is a little bit modern line printer we have done. So next printer we'll study is the dot matrix printer. The most popular serial printer is your dot matrix printer. So serial means continuously it starts giving you the printer. Done. So it prints one line of 8 to 14 points at a time. One line of 8 to 14 points at a time with the print head moving across the line. Means line wise it print, but in one line up till at a time 8 to 14 points it can print. Done. They are similar like your typewriters, but normally the speed is very slow. So the speed of your dot matrix is around 300 characters per second. In a single second, up till 300 characters you can able to print on your page. Then it uses multi-part stationaries to prepare copies of the document. So when all you want to give the multiple printouts, that time we use the different many number of the stationaries or the papers into your dot matrix printer. So I'll show you the image of your dot matrix printer. See, this is the image of your dot matrix printer. The pages what we use for dot matrix printer is totally different. At the side it will be like dot. We cannot use the simple A4 size and legal pages here. Then, so the words you can see, these all are the combination of dots. These all are the combination of dots. If you zoom it, you can see the dot combinations. Then if you want to write anything like A, I want to write. So A is not like written like this complete one line straight line. It is like dot will be there. So a complete dot combination that will be printed on your dot matrix printer. Done. So after this we have next is your non-impact printers. The next part we have is non-impact printer. So your non-impact printer don't use any striking devices as we use in your impact printer the striking devices to print. Here we don't use any striking devices. So the ink or semi-solid ink is stored in your printer, that is called as cartridges. That is called as cartridge. In your impact printer we use ink ribbons. Here we use the cartridges. Which is fixed inside the computer system, where the ribbons in your impact printer are outside. If you will not handle it properly, that ink can be leaked. Okay, but here it is fixed inside. Then, so the flow of ink is controlled by your computer system, that is the processor, your CPU controls. Then, so it is much faster and can print color also, different font and different size also you can use. So the printing capacity of your non-impact printer is much faster than your impact printer. In your impact printer we can print of only one color. Here in your non-impact printer you can print of multiple colors. In your impact printer only one font style is used to print. Here in your non-impact printer different styles we can use, and in your impact printer size of the text what we use is only of one type and one shape, and here that size can also be again changed for your impact printer. Done. So some of the characteristics we'll study relating to your non-impact printer. The first is they possesses the ability to change the typeface automatically. Means the font or the text style what is there that you can change and as it change directly it will be applied automatically. For example, what happens, ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಬರ್ದಿರಿ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ದೊಳಗೆ ಒಂದು 10 ಲೈನ್ ಅದಾವ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊರಿ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ 4 ಲೈನ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾರೆ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಐತೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು 3 ಲೈನ್ ಬ್ಯಾರೆ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಐತೆ, ಮತ್ತು 3 ಲೈನ್ ಏನು ಬರ್ದಿರಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಬ್ಯಾರೆ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಅದ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟರ್ದೊಳಗೆ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಐತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಿಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಏನು ನಿಂದ್ರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ within a fraction of seconds it will change the style, and which style you are taken, that style is adapted and printed on your page automatically. ಅದಷ್ಟು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಹೈ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ಸ್. ನೀವು ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ದೊಳಗೆ ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಏನೂ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಮೇಜಸ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ಯೋರ್ ನಾನ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ದ ಹೈ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದ ಗ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ದೆನ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟರ್ಸ್ ಯೂಶುವಲಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೀಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟರ್ದೊಳಗೆ ಒಂದೇ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಪ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನ್ ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ದೊಳಗೆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆಂಟ್ ಪೇಪರ್ಸ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ದೆನ್ ಸೊ ದ ಸ್ಪೀಡ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೆಜರ್ಡ್ ಡಾಟ್ಸ್ ಪರ್ ಇಂಚ್, ಮೆಜರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ಡಾಟ್ per inch. It is actually, it is not 1 inches, it is per inches, just change it. Then dot per inches means, as we had seen here in your dot matrix printer, that a single line, these all are the made of dots, no, ivella dots dolagaytla. So the capacity ಏನತ್ಲ speed ಅಲ್ಲ, capacity of your impact printer is measured in 1 single inch. How many dots are there? Then and the speed is calculated based on number of pages per minute, ppm it is called as. 1 minute ಒಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಪೇಜ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೈತಿ, that is the speed of your non-impact printer. Then so here in your non-impact printer we can use different size of the pages like A4, A3, A2, A0 and jumbo size. Which size your printer supports, based on that we can use the different size of the pages. Fine. Next we'll start studying the different types of the printers. So the first printer we have is thermal printer. The first printer we have is thermal printer. So the thermal printers are the printers that produces image by pulling electrically heated pins against special heat sensitive papers. So here the pages we use are of different type pages, and the printing technology what we are using is based on the electricity supply. Okay, once the heating machine starts, it will create some sensitivity to opposite on your paper, and it starts giving you the printing. They are inexpensive and used widely in your fax machine and the calculators. Fax machine ದೊಳಗೆ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, that is your thermal printer, and some of the calculators printing what we'll get, no, that is also your thermal printer. Calculating printer means your bills, malls ದೊಳಗೆ ಶಾಪಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದಾಗ ಬಿಲ್ ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ, then that is also your thermal printer. Or example, a common example I can give you is ticket machine. Nowadays we are getting ticket machine, no, that is also a thermal printer. Then device ಏನಿರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. The device which the conductor used, no, that will be charged, and when you press those options like these many kilometers they are running, so this much amount has to be printed, adena option kodtadla. So inside the battery will start heating and it will affect on your page and it start giving you the printouts. Then the thermal printer papers tends to darken over time due to the exposure of sunlight and heat. Okay, so ಅದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಜರ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸನ್ಲೈಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಹೀಟ್. ಯಾವಾಗ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೀಟ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಸನ್ಲೈಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೋಜರ್ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಅವಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಗೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡಾರ್ಕರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ ಥಿಕ್ಕರ್. ಸೊ ದ ಪ್ರಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟರ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಪೇಪರ್ ಫೇಡ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ಅ ವೀಕ್ ಆರ್ ಟು. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ 1 ಮಂತ್ ಅಥವಾ 15 ಡೇಸ್ಗೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಬ್ಯಾಗ್ದೊಳಗೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ವಾಲೆಟ್ದೊಳಗೆ. 15 ಡೇಸ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ನೋಡಿರಿ ಅದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಏನು ಪ್ರಿಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಅದೇನೂ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಟಿಲ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಅ few days, like a month or a week, like that. Done. So what all is printed through your thermal printer based on your sunlight effect and your heat exposure, that will be there up till few days only. Then so it also produces a poor quality of your print compared to the other non-impact printers. The quality of your thermal printer is very low. Okay, so I'll show you some diagrams. See, these all are the devices which we can use it. These all are the devices can be used in your billing machines, in your shops, shopping mall, like in your D-Mart, your malls, your supermarket, anywhere you go. These type of the building machines are used. Then the best example you all have seen, the conductor which machine they use for giving the tickets, that is also your thermal printer, as you can remember the example. Fine. So we'll study the next printer. And the next printer we have is laser printer. The next printer we have is laser printer. So the laser printer uses laser beam and dry powered ink to produce a fine dot matrix pattern. Here also the pattern is dot matrix only, but the internally concept what we use is laser beam technology and the dry powered ink. The ink is not in the format of your ink ribbon or the cartridge. It is like the dry power, and when the laser beam fell on those dry power, it will start giving the images, start giving the print on your pages. Then it can produce a very good quality of your graphic images. If you compare the quality, then the laser printer gives you the more qualitative of the print. Your laser printers print one entire page at a time, and are typically faster and have better quality of the output. Relating to your speed and the quality, the laser printers are high if you compare with the other printers. Then, so one of the chief characteristic, that is one of the best characteristics of your laser printers, sorry it has been a little bit misspelled. Then, so the one of the best characteristic of your laser printer is their resolutions. That is how many dots per inch they lay down. Means in a single inch how many dots are there, that is called as DPI. DPI stands for dots per inch. One single inch ಒಳಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು dots ಇರ್ತಾವೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು resolution ಅಂತೇಳಿ find out ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Then next, the available resolution of your laser printer starts from 300 DPI, that is dot per inch. They can end around up till 1200 dots per inch. Then the higher end, how much you want, that like that you can increase the capacity of your dots per inch. Then the next printer, this is the laser printer. We have the mostly everyone use these laser printers. Little bit costly it is, but most of all prefer of using these laser printers. Right? The next one, the last one we have is inkjet printer. So here in your inkjet printers we use color cartridges. Means in your thermal we use only one colored cartridge. Okay, in laser we don't use any cartridges because there we use the powered powder ink, that is the powders inks we use, and the laser beam technology we use. But here in your inkjet printer we use the color cartridges. Then so here it is like to combine magenta, yellow and cyan colors, and it will create the other different colors. Fine. The black color if you use, then you will get only monochrome output, only black color we use. If you want color, then you have to use the multicolor cartridges. The inkjet printers works by spraying the isonic ink on your paper sheet. When print starts, the color what is there in that cartridge, it starts spraying on the page and it will start creating the shapes what all we have done. So that magnetized plates in the ink path direct the ink on the paper and describe the shape what all we want to write, like the characters, numbers or the graphs and the other things what all we have, that all starts printing. Then next, it prints one line at a time. The print quality is very high. The speed is little bit slow and it can give you typically 100 characters per second. In a single second, we can get up till 100 characters. Then, so that all things we have in your inkjet printers. Fine. These all are the diagrams which we have in your inkjet printers. So this is the diagram of your inkjet printer. See here, the color cartridges is there. So when it starts, it internally it starts spraying the colors on your page. So what shape here? This is the charts. Here it is a text has been written, and here some shapes are there. Then so which shape, what content you want to print on your page, like that it will give you with the multiple colors. These colors will create the combination and that all will be displayed here. Fine. This is your inkjet printer. So in today's sessions we had completed the printers. What all things we had studied in the printers, that you remember. One definite question you will get on your printers. the first thing you have to know about your printer, a little bit theory relating to your printer, features of printer, and then the classification of printer. Printer has been mainly divided into two types, impact printer and non-impact printer. Your impact printer is again divided into line printer and dot matrix printer. Your non-impact printer is again divided into thermal, laser and the inkjet printer. So what all you have to study is the difference between impact and non-impact printer, the features of impact printer and features of non-impact printer, the examples of impact printer, line printer, dot matrix printer, the examples of your non-impact printer, thermal printer, laser printer and the inkjet printer. Done. Study them clearly, everything. If you have any doubts, let me know. I'll clarify all your doubts. Done. So the remaining output devices we'll see in the next class. Thank you.